Hi everybody, Wendy here, and I am a Shipt shopper. So most of my viewers out there know, they watch my videos, they know I do a lot of baking, some traveling, some fitness. My side hustle is Shipt shopping. This video is geared toward Shipt customers and how you, if you're a customer and happen to be watching this or a member, what you can know to make your shopping experience with Shipt a lot better. It should already be great, but this will make it even greater. If you are not a member of Shipt and you have no idea what it is, I do have a link below where you can go to Shipt and you can learn more about it and join if you want to become a member. Or if you want to have a side hustle like me, or even do this full time, I have another link how you can become a Shipt shopper. So, not going to spend a lot of time talking about myself. I do have my notes to keep me on track because I tend to rant a bit. But the hiring process for Shipt and why I started doing this, I started this about 10 months ago when the pandemic began and I was laid off from my job. So I needed to make some extra money. I also worked for Target a little bit and then I started with Shipt. So Shipt hires us all as independent contractors. That means we don't really work for Shipt. We work for ourselves. We could put ourselves on a schedule, work the hours we want, take the orders we want. So what we do is we download an app just for shoppers, and on this app there's a lot of really good stuff on here. They will, if we put ourselves on a schedule, they will notify us when certain orders come up in our schedule. If we don't put ourselves on a schedule, we have what they call the Metro. So anybody that didn't take an order that was offered to them directly, it goes right into the Metro and you can pick from there. So a lot of what I'm going to go through is really based upon my experience, my opinions. There are other Shipt shoppers that may differ in opinion. If you are a Shipt shopper, comment below on anything you would like, providing it's respectable. If you're a Shipt customer and you have questions or comments, comment below also. What determines how I will take an order is, one, the store that's being offered. So Shipt offers two kinds of, at least two, maybe even more, but two in my area, and I'm in Southeast Pennsylvania. They offer two types of services. They have delivery only, where we just drive to the store shops for you, we pick up, and then we deliver to your house, or where we actually do the shopping. So I don't do delivery only orders, and I will explain why later on, but I will do shopping, full shopping, and there's only a handful of stores in my area that they work with. So I'm pretty big with Target, Redner's grocery store, and sometimes on occasion Acme Markets. Now they are opening a Wegmans pretty soon near me. That will probably be on the list. I may or may not take that store, probably will. So what determined will be the type of order and the store. Okay, another thing is the distance. So I have to look to see how far the store is. One of the reasons I don't take Acme is it's a good 15-minute drive from my home. If I happen to be home, I have to add that onto the time. Also, the neighborhood or the area that the customer lives in. My area, my metro area is huge. So sometimes I'm not going to take an order that's going to make me drive an hour and a half away. That's obvious. And the most important, I should have probably said this first, is how much Shipt is offering me for that order, because they offer a different amount for different orders. I'm not sure how their algorithm works, but I noticed that a lot of it has to do with distance, how much they pay. They have a minimal amount that they pay us. And it's not a lot of money, to be honest with you. But we do work expecting to get tips as well. So we will have they will do it based on the size of the order, the distance of the order. I think they put into there how long they think it will take you to shop that order as well. As I said, nobody really knows the algorithm, but I will look at the order, look at the time, look at how much they're paying, and then determine if it's worth my time to take that order or not. Some days I'll take orders that are lowered, that they offer that are lower in cost than others. It really just depends on my day, what I'm doing that day, where I am. Next, I'm going to go in how we shop for you, because this tends to be a little bit challenging. And We get a shopping list that you put in. Usually it will have a picture. Some of the stores it will tell us what aisle they're up. Some of them it does not. But we have to scan 90% of the orders, or the items that you order are scannable, which means we pick up that item, we scan it. If it's not the correct scan, the app will tell us. And as I'm filming this, I just got a Shipt order where I got offered an order. And that was an order I did not take because it was a delivery only. But as I'm filming this, I'm on schedule, orders come in. So what they'll do is, if I don't take it, they'll order it, they'll offer it to other people down the road, and then it'll eventually go into the general metro. That's how it works. But let's get back to what I was saying as far as shopping. So I'm at scanning. If it doesn't scan correctly, it will tell us it was a mismatch. And it'll say scan again, or it gives us a few options. We could go back. A lot of times packaging looks very similar. So I'll give you an example that I have. Nabisco Oreo cookies. They have 20 different kinds of Oreos, and I mean just the original. They have the smaller size, the larger size, the double stuff. The packaging looks alike, so it's very easy to accidentally pick up the wrong packaging, and this scanning system prevents a lot of mistakes. So it's really not terribly easy for us to pick up a wrong item if it's a scannable item. Now, certain things are not scannable. Produce is not scannable for the most part. In some stores it may be. In Target it's not, and in Redner's it's not. Sometimes meats are not scannable in deli. So there are some items that are not scannable. But we should always make sure as a shopper it is correct. Now, every once in a while, the item or the company, the vendor that makes the item, such as Nabisco, could change a UPC code, and it's not changed into the app. So if it comes up mismatched, I always check the description to make sure it's exactly correct with the item before actually putting it in there. So that's why I say it's really hard to make a mistake. It's possible, but it's not likely with that. So if the item is out of stock, which the problem with Target, Redner's too, is Target is notoriously out of stock on a lot of items. And the Target app, even though Target owns Shipt, their system doesn't communicate that well with Shipt. Sometimes it takes a day or so. So there's many times you can place an order and order an item from Target, and it'll show in stock. And then when we get there, they don't have any. In Target in particular, Redner's too, I always will ask one of the team members in Target or one of the employees in one of the other stores that I shop in if they have it, if they can check on their zebras. They all use zebras nowadays to see if they have any in stock. With Redner's, because they have so many locations, I really believe that a lot of times it'll show as available, but not necessarily in the Redner's that I shop at. So if the item's not available, we have the option on there to just hit a little button on the app that says text client. Now, as a customer, you have the option when you place the order of having the shopper choose a sub for you, which means we won't bother you. We just choose the next best option we have. If there's nothing close, we would just say there's nothing close and let you know we can't shop that item for you. Text you to let you know so you can decide if you want a sub or no sub at all. So if there's no sub at all, it'll just wipe it off your shopping list. Most people will say text me. Or you can even put a request in there now. They started that so many months ago that you could put a second option in there. So if it's not available and a customer says, text me, I will try to text them the next best. I even try and take a picture of it. Sometimes it's just a matter of the size being different. You may have ordered a 16 ounce, they only have 8 ounces. And I do like to ask that. I never assume anything with shopping. I will never assume you want a smaller size, 2 of them. You know, if something's 16 ounces, they don't have it, but they have 2 8-ounce sizes, I will never assume you want the 2 8-ounce sizes. So for that, when I shop produce, because everybody's opinion or everybody's desire for bananas are different. Some people like them still green, some like them really brown. I always will take a picture and let them know, or let you guys know if you're one of my customers. Actually, I shop for you as if I were shopping for myself. It really just makes sense to do that, right? All right. So that's the biggest challenge. A lot of the challenges we face are not even from you. It's the store we shop at. And I hate to say Target because they own Shipt, but a lot of the problems I have is Target. And it's not the employees there. They've always been great to me. It's just, again, their system, they show things available, and then you go and half the shelves are gone. So just to let you know that. But one of the challenges, the big challenges that I face with the customer is communication. So when you do place an order, if you're using a landline, and I'm going to go through later on, landlines, I will not take those orders. Shipt does let us know they're landlines, but I will tell you, well, I'll tell you why now I won't take a landline. Because, and this is a good thing in a way, whether you shop as a landline or even your cell phone, your phone number is actually hidden from us. We see a fake number. So they kind of, I forget the term they use. I always think of it, but I forget. They literally block your number out and they assign a different phone number to you. So I don't really even know what your phone number is. And you don't know what my phone number is, which is a security thing. It's for your safety and mine. So I will go to call and you have no idea who this call is coming from, if you're a landline, that is, and it's blocked from you. You won't pick it up because you think it's a telemarketer. Many cases, the voicemail box is full or it's not set up. So I cannot communicate with the client if they have a landline. And it's really tough. And many times I've had to call Shipt and they've had to contact the person first. It's just a real headache. So if you do have a landline, you place an order for Shipt, you're expecting a delivery 1 to 2, be aware your shopper is probably at that store and maybe an hour even sooner than that. And if you get a phone call that's not recognizable, answer that phone for that reason. Okay, and that's one of the issues, because communication, we always are supposed to send an introductory text. It's pre-programmed into the app. We just hit the button, send intro. It's pre-worded. We can add stuff in if we want, and we just hit it off. So if you're a frequent Shipt shopper, you may notice that the intro text always looks the same. It's because they do it. We just hit the intro text. If during the shopping, I must communicate with you to let you know if an item's not available or any other question I may have about an item. And if you're not communicating back to me, and this could be through text message as well, because many times I've texted some of the customers and I just don't hear back. And I try to give them some time to let me know if they want to sub. But at the end of that order, I will not sub for them, even if I think there's a valid sub. If they say text me first, and I have to wipe it off your shopping list and then check out. So communication. That is the key on both my end and your end. I have to try and communicate with you so you know where I am in the order. And it's nice when we hear back from you to know that if something's not available, that you're aware of it. And even aware that I'm shopping for you. Because in the summertime, you have frozen items, and we do leave it by your front door because most of you request that. I just want you to know it's there as well. So next communication that we do, at least I do, when I'm done your shopping, before checking out, I will let you know that as well. In Target, if it's a prepaid order, once we process that order, we hit that process, I cannot add anything or take anything out of it. So I let you know that, and then I will text you again when I'm on the way, and then I will text you again when I drop off your deliveries to your front door. So let's move on to why your order may or may not be taken by a Shipt shopper. Some of these apply to me, some of them don't. One, the price. If Shipt doesn't offer us an amount that we feel is worth the trip to do it, we think it's going to take longer, we won't take it. However, sometimes we may get a tip to justify taking that order. Now, this may not be something you want to hear, this next part, but we do keep track of customers that either don't tip us, give us a bad rating, or when I say a bad rating, a 4.0 or less. 4.0 is not a bad rating, but we strive to get a 5.0 rating. If our rating drops, I think it's below 4.7, Shipt will deactivate us, meaning they fire us, so to speak. So a bad rating to me is just as important as a tip. But a bad rating, if the customer is not nice to us, they give us a hard time about something that wasn't warranted, we keep track of this stuff. So we won't take that order. So keep that in mind. We also won't take an order if it conflicts with our scheduling. Sometimes you may see that you placed an order, nobody took it. If there aren't enough Shipt shoppers on schedule that day, they may not have enough shoppers to take your order. Okay, and I'm going to talk about that in a moment as well, what they will do if they can't find somebody to take your order, because that doesn't happen that much. Then what's in the order? That's also extremely important. When we are offered an order, we can see a preview of what you order. The reason for that is I don't drive an SUV, I drive a smaller car. So if somebody's ordering 5 cases of 24 count water, I can't fit that in my car. Or if it's too heavy, Shipt works with Bed Bath & Beyond, Office Max, Party City now too. They do delivery onlys, which as I said, I don't do. Party City, it's mostly big balloon orders. I can never fit that in my car, so I will not take that order. With delivery only orders, they don't tell us what is in the order. So that's another reason why I don't do delivery only orders. Also, they don't pay that well, so which is another thing. But you'll find a lot do because you can bundle up, do multiple orders, and make some money that way. Another story for another day. Okay, so they're the main reasons why somebody would not take an order. There may be others. If you're a shopper, and there is, let me know. If it's getting close to your delivery time, meaning if you, an hour before delivery, your order's not taken, Shipt will then offer what they call a promo or a promotional rate. That means they will offer more money to take that order. Sometimes it's a couple dollars more, and then you'll always find somebody that does the promotional rate. Sometimes they pay quite a bit, and it's really good money. Here's the thing you need to know about promotional rates and the time frame. So Shipt will never guarantee your order will be delivered in the time frame you request. They try to get that way. If we as a Shipt shopper don't get your order in that time frame, it is a demerit against us. And if it's habitually done, I don't know how many times they give, maybe a couple times, they will deactivate us as well. So it's not that they try to have us get it in time. There is an exception, promo orders. And the reason is sometimes the promo order isn't taken until half an hour before your delivery schedule. And if it's a large order, we can never shop it that quickly and get it to you. So if it's a promo order, we're given late forgiveness. It's not realistic for us to be able to pick up an order last minute and be able to deliver it in that time frame. There are valid reasons, and they're very, very seldom this happens, but there could be a valid reason that your order is late. One, a typical emergency. It's happened. Shopper gets your order, get in their car doesn't start. Car accident on the way. You know, something like that could happen. Not often, but keep that in mind. The other reason, and this happens more than I thought it would, but it's not that common. I've already been in the middle of shopping an order, and the store had a power failure. Now, usually you can still continue to shop it. Frozen foods, they will seal that off. So there have been times I wasn't late, but I did have to notify the shopper I couldn't get several items of frozen food because the lights just went out. Sometimes the store is closed for another reason. Water main break. It's happened in Target multiple times. and Shipt doesn't tell us. We accept an order, we go there, and the store is closed. That really wouldn't make your order necessarily late, but we may have to drop it at the last minute for that reason. And yes, we can drop orders as well. So there are some situations that don't happen often that your order may be late. If you do have questions, comment below. If you want to be a Shipt shopper, or if you are a Shipt shopper and have other information, comment below also. And I hope you enjoy your Shipt shopping. Most of us are good shoppers. There is an element that's not a great shopper. Please don't hold, if you have a bad experience, don't hold that against all of us.